Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Jones. All those times I've showed you read aloud books in the library, and here I am doing my own. I hope you enjoy it. This is called The King's Wish. It's by Benjamin Elkin and is illustrated by Leonard Shortall. It is a beginner book and one of my favorites from when I was a kid growing up. As a matter of fact, this was my book. You'll see my name written right here. That was my name before I got married, Fishbaugh. This was published in 1960, and here we go. The King's Wish. The King of Tam was a very good king. All day and every day he rode around Tam. He had to see that all were well and happy. One day the king saw a man with some fish. The king said, "Oh, it must be fun to fish. How I wish I had time to fish." The three sons of the king heard his wish. Son 1 heard it, son 2 heard it, and son 3 heard it too. That's my cat saying hi. Right. That night, the three sons went to see the king. Son 1 said, "Father, we heard your wish. We want you to have time to fish. Go and fish. We will do your work." The king said, "Why, you are just boys, but maybe you could do a king's work. Let us find out. I will give you a test, a king test." "Come with me," said the king. "I will take you to the king test room." Now the three sons were in the king test room. They looked all around. Then the king called to them, "I have shut this door. This is the test. You must not open the door, but you must get out of the room. Can you do it?" Could they do it? They saw there was just one door. The king had said they could not open the door. Then how could they get out? Son 1 said, "We will have to find some other way." "Look," said son 1, "maybe we can try to get out that way. Let us try." And he pointed to the window. Son 3 got up on top of son 2. Son 1 got up on top of son 3. Now son 1 could see out. "We cannot get out this way," said son 1. "We are all too big. We will have to find another way." By looking at the windows, boys and girls, is it day or is it night? And what gives it away? But could they find another way out? Son 2 and son 3 looked way down low. All they found was a hole. It was just a little mouse hole. Son 1 said, "Look, I found something. I found some red ink. Maybe we can get out with this." How could they get out using just red ink? What good could that possibly do? Son 1 told the other sons, "This ink will help us get out. We can do the king test now. The king's man will look in here. He will see us." Soon the king's man did look in the king test room. "Open the door!" the king's man called. "Open that door. The king's sons are in there. I see that they are sick. Get the king." They're sick? The men opened the door. They ran into the king test room. They saw the king's sons. The sons had red spots all over them. They looked very sick. Were they sick? What was causing the red spots? The men took the sons right out of the room, right out of the door, and then, dun, 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 the king saw that his sons were out of the room. He saw that the spots were just red ink, and he said, "You did it! You got out of the room, and you did not open the door. My men did." Then the king said, "You are just boys, but you can do a king's work. I name you all kings." Then the king said goodbye to his sons. "Thank you," he said. "You gave me my wish, and now I can go away. Now I can fish." The end of that one. How a squirrel helped the king. The king had been away for a long time. Looks like he was enjoying his fishing, doesn't it? He also looks like he may have been doing some hunting. Why would I say that? What do you see in the picture? What fun he had had. It was fun to catch fish. It was fun to see the birds. Then one day he saw a little squirrel. Oh, said the king. "What is this?" The head of the squirrel was caught in the tree. "He cannot get out." Then the king walked up to the tree. He let the little squirrel out, but he did not see two men in back of him. Do they look like good men or not so good men? Are they up to mischief or are they up to good deeds? The men came up behind the king. They put a big net right over his head. "Help!" said the king. "They want my fish. Let me out of here." The squirrel saw what was going on, and he did not like it. He thought, "The king helped me, and now I must help him." But how could a squirrel help a king stuck in a net? The squirrel hit the men. He hit the men with nuts. Bump! The big nut hit one man on the head. Bump! A big nut hit the other man on the head. "You hit me," said one man. "No, you hit me," said the other man. Then the two men hit one another. This was just what the squirrel wanted. He jumped down from the tree. In no time at all, he had a big hole in the net. In no time at all, the king was out. The men did not see. Now the king wanted to get the two men. But how could he do it? Excuse me. The king came up in the back of the men. Down came the net. Down went the men. But could the king hold them? A wagon was coming, but it was far away. "Hurry, hurry!" the king called. "I have bad men here, and I cannot hold them long." I hope the wagon guy is nice. The men in the wagon made the horses hurry. Fast, faster. They got there in time. They put the bad men in the wagon. "We will take them away," the wagon men said. "We are glad we could help you, good king." Then the king said, "Thank you, little squirrel. That was a good thing you did for me. Tomorrow I am going home. I will take you home to Tam with me." The end. The big fire. Looks like he's ready to go home, doesn't it? The next day, the king was up before the sun. He was happy. He was on his way home. But all at once, he saw something far away. It looked like a fire. Sorry about that. There was a big fire in Tam. A big house was on fire. But no one in Tam saw the fire. "Oh," said the king, "they are all fast asleep." The king said, "I must do something fast." He had 3 arrows. He took one of them out. "I must hit the town bell with this arrow," said the king. "I must wake someone up. I must wake up my sons." So by hitting the town bell, would he be waking everybody up? Could he hit the town bell? How would they know it was his arrow if they found it? Can you tell by looking at the picture? The king let the arrow fly, but the arrow did not hit the bell. It fell in the lake. Now one of the king's 3 arrows was gone, and now another big house was on fire. "I must wake someone. I must wake my sons," said the king. The king let another arrow fly, but this arrow fell into the fire. and now 3 big houses were on fire. How many arrows does the king have left? Maybe the squirrel could help. Having problems, sorry. Now the king had just 1 arrow, his very last arrow, a very big arrow. The king said, "I must hit that bell. I must wake up someone in my town." He let the big arrow fly. It did hit the bell. Would the king's sons hear it? Would someone in all of Tam wake up? The king's sons did hear it. Now at last they did wake up. The king's sons ran out. "Get water! Get water!" they called. I love their outfits. The king's sons told everyone just what to do. It took a long time, and it took a lot of water. But at last the big fire of Tam was out. "We did it," said Son 2. "We put out that fire. We are very good kings." But then Son 1 found the arrow. He found the big arrow of the king. "Look," he said, "it was our father who hit the bell. We were fast asleep. He had to wake us up. I guess we were not very good kings after all." I don't know. They did do good work. Then the sons saw the king coming. "Father," they said, "we were not good kings." "Yes, you were," said the king. You are just boys, but you did what you could. From now on, you will work with me." All in the town of Tam heard this, and all in the town of Tam were happy. The end. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about not being a better videographer. I will work on that, but hopefully in the days to come, I can post more books and you can enjoy them. Again, The King's Wish and Other Stories by Benjamin Elkin, illustrated by Leonard Shortall. Happy reading, boys and girls.